President's notice and even a handshake. Well, let's talk sports now with Charles.
Oh, thanks, Sulai. More than a presidential handshake this time around, Nigeria's athletic sensation Blessing Okagbare is richer by 3 million naira as the federal government honors her for making the country proud at the 2013 Athletics Championships in Moscow. President Goodluck Jonathan, who made the cash donation of 3 million naira to her, also gave 3.5 million naira to the coach. The president called on young Nigerian ladies to emulate Blessing's shining example and charged the Ministry of Sports to do all it can to ensure that the country wins more medals in future sporting events.
Blessing Okagbare presenting her medals to Nigeria's president. She is an Olympic and world medalist in the long jump, world medalist in the 200 meters and the African record holder in the 100 meters. Her visit to the presidential villa is following her recent performance in the 2013 World Championship in Moscow. The president celebrates her with kind words and cash donations and calls on other Nigerian youths to emulate her.
As a show of appreciation, and I believe Secretary of Government will note when we'll give national honors, we consider this a blessing, and the coach at that time will also decorate you. But for today, as a show of appreciation, we're going to give you some token sum. Blessing will go with 3 billion naira. And the coach Daniel, 3,500,000.
Minister of Sports looks at athletics in Nigeria with nostalgia. He is grateful for the discovery of Blessing Okagbare and the support of the president and the Delta State governor. For the Delta State governor and the athletic champion, what the president has done here is a tonic to do more.
What's exciting to me here today is the personal recognition by Mr. President of Blessing's effort. Whatever you are giving materially, for me, is not the major thing. The major thing is that she's being nationally recognized.
Well, I'll keep doing what I've been doing. I actually stay on top of my game, work really hard with support from people around me. But it all comes down to the people on top too, and what they have to do to actually support us. There's no magic in sports, let me tell you, there's no magic. And as much as they give to us, if the athletes are willing to work hard, we work with what they give to us, and whatever comes down to it, we'll just take it.
The federal government said no more will sports and sports ambassadors be treated with levity, and challenged the sports ministry to ensure that more medals are won for the country in 2016. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Or perhaps a feat that the national team should emulate in football as the Super Eagles wait for their opponents in the last round of the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Coach Stephen Keshi has warned that conceding goals at home could be very dangerous. He explained that away goals can be extremely damaging to any home team's ambitions. Keshi was referring to the late goal scored by Burkina Faso in Tuesday's international friendly against the Super Eagles, saying it will serve as a reminder. He is, however, confident that the team will continue to improve in subsequent games. Recall that Nigeria failed to qualify for the 2006 FIFA World Cup on the away goals rule. And that's it on Sports News. Sulaiman will be back with the rest of the news at
10. Guinness. Made of more.
Well, there's a controversy over whether the Syrian regime used chemical weapons against civilians continue to rage. Russia has now handed over to the United States its plans for making Syria's chemical weapons safe. On Monday, Russia announced its plans for placing Syria's stockpile under international control. And Syria welcomed the initiative. Earlier today, President Barack Obama agreed to give Russia's plan to persuade Damascus to hand over its arsenal a chance. Correspondent Temitope Fagbemi tells us more.
The U.S. has given Syria a reprieve as President Barack Obama says is suspending military action against Damascus. Instead, the U.S. will pursue diplomacy with Syria in its bid to remove the regime's chemical weapons. Meanwhile, the U.S. has held several solemn memorials for victims of the 9/11 attacks on the 12th anniversary of the horrific terror strikes. The September 11, 2001 attacks killed almost 3,000 people in New York, the Washington, D.C. area, and Pennsylvania. In Asia, prosecutors in India are demanding the death penalty for 4 men found guilty of the fatal gang rape of a student in the capital, Delhi. At a sentencing hearing, prosecutors said the brutality of the crime had shocked the collective conscience. Meanwhile, Israel says it will pay $1.1 million to the family of an alleged Mossad spy who killed himself in prison in 2010. But the Justice Ministry said the deal with Ben-Zvia's relatives was not an admission of alleged wrongdoing. Finally, it's been a bloody day in Egypt where at least 6 people have been killed in a double suicide bomb attack in the Sinai Peninsula. Another 10 soldiers and 7 civilians were wounded by the blast outside the military intelligence headquarters in Rafah and at a nearby checkpoint. And that's the foreign news wrap-up.
On the main news again, President Goodluck Jonathan today wielded the big stake and sacked 9 of his ministers. That's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching.